met him when he became head coach. He says, "What do you want to achieve?" And I told him I wanted to be just contribute as best I can, yada yada yada. And he said, "No, we got to get you paid."
What's going on there, guys? We back with another one. We got to talk about Jason Kidd, Mark Cuban, and Jalen Brunson on today. Jason Kidd has been an advocate for Jalen Brunson for God knows how long. He's always spoke glowingly about Jalen, and we can see the emergence of Brunson in his new role in New York City. Like, people not giving Jalen Brunson enough credit for going to be the guy on your own team and taking on New York City at the same time. And I ain't talking about Brooklyn, but taking it on Madison Square Garden. Because if you underperform, you know what happens there. But they love those Villanova boys. They love him and Josh Hart so much. Just the heart and the toughness they play with that they got from Jay Wright, man. But Kidd spoke several times, and I remember Jason Kidd in the playoffs last year talking about Jalen Brunson deserves to be paid. And I'm going to show you that clip. I'm going to show you everything in order, the way it's going. You know, he was talking about Brunson needs to be paid, and Mark Cuban, he had already dropped the ball at that point, because by that time they was in the playoffs. And again, I know y'all, if y'all watch some of my other videos, you already know, but the dollar amount was only 4 years, $56 million at the time, you know, when the season started. And Mark Cuban waited till he blew up and then tried to pay him, but now it was too late at that point. Kidd spoke on it with Steven Jackson and Matt Barnes on All the Smoke, and I'm going to let you hear what he said, and I'm going to show you what Jalen Brunson said at the beginning of this season. Check these out.
When you've talked about JB this year, you've said one of your goals is to get him paid. How much money do you think he made tonight?
A lot. He's going to make a lot of money. I don't know if he needs an agent, but I'm going to put my name in the hat. But it's not just what he did tonight, and it's not what he's going to do going forward. He's already done the work this season. He's shown that he deserves to be paid, and he does his job at a very high level, and he's a winner. Hopefully he can pay me for that, what I just said. But he's a great young man, and I'm very lucky to be able to coach him.
Jason said before the game that they've really missed you on the court and off the court, your leadership, just you as a player.
Right.
How does that feel to hear him say that?
It feels great. I think the relationship me and Jake have is very unique. I think I said this a while ago, the first thing he told me when I met him, when he became head coach, he says, "What do you want to achieve?" And I told him I wanted to be just contribute as best I can, yada yada yada. And he said, "No, we got to get you paid." And so he said, "No, we got to get you paid." That's what he said. It's first thing. So I mean, he did that, and he did that. But yeah, it's just really cool to see, and yeah.
We bring up JB Brunson, losing Brunson, but the biggest thing is I'm happy that he got paid.
Yes.
He helped us.
Because you've been there.
Yes. I know Cuban doesn't like this, but I love when I can help people get paid. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell a player first day of camp, hey, tell me what you want. Well, everybody wants shots. Everybody wants minutes, but that's not the truth. Mm-hmm. They want to get paid, and they want to play. Mm-hmm. Cool. I can help you do that.
Yeah, right.
Okay. But the other part of that is I'm just going to ask for a couple things. Mm-hmm. Just trust and communicate and play hard. And if you ask Brunson, he would tell you that he listened and good things happened. Did he ever? And I only want to put people in a position to be successful. Right? That's it. Mm-hmm. And there's 30 companies in the NBA. Mm-hmm. We all can't stay on the same company. Yeah. So for him to go to New York, to get paid, to have the opportunity to run his own team, I'm happy for him.
Wow, man. So when I hear Jay Kidd say that, it's apparent that he's for his players. He's not selfish. You know, you have certain teams or certain coaches or whatever, they might try to hide a player just enough where he doesn't get enough eyes on him where he can't emerge as the guy to go get paid. But Kidd's like, no. What do you really want? You saying all the right things, but one, I've played this game. You know, two, I know your father has played this game too. So I know y'all are looking at the dollar amount. Let's address the elephant in the room too, because I was knee deep in it and I had to address that too at several times in my career. You only navigate your NBA career based on the dollars that's going to be paid. I mean, I ain't going to say only, but it plays a big role in where you choose to play your basketball at, especially when you're holding some of the cards and you have leverage. That's the whole point of elevating your play and seeing your stock rise. So I like that J. Kidd does that with his players. It's a good rapport builder. Say if J. Kidd ever lost his job with the Mavericks and someone else picked, and he ended up being the Knicks coach one day or something down the road, he's already built that relationship with JB, and JB knows that he looked out for him and he wanted the best for him. So the NBA is like that. You can't look at it as if you always going to be in one place. So you got to look out for people and do great by them. You can't have these torn relationships because, unless you're like Steve Kerr has been with the Warriors where you won all these championships, you're probably going to be on the move at some point, because that's what every team is vying for. They're vying for at least, conference semifinals at the very least. If you get in there and you can maintain that excellence or even get to the finals sometimes and you playing around, you close, to winning a title, then they'll retain you longer. But Kidd is looking at it like, man, look, I had a career one time. You don't think him and J. Kidd, J. Kidd and his pops have a relationship? They've been in all the same NBA Players Association meetings. They've been in these collective bargaining agreement meetings together. So these guys have phenomenal relationships, and he's gonna look out for his son, his homeboy son. And I found it interesting that he says, I know Mark Cuban isn't gonna like this. So Mark Cuban has feelings of bitterness towards Jalen Brunson and his success right now. But we already saw it. I mean, he said, his father, when his father got involved, that's when contract negotiations stalled. But I found it funny that he felt some kind of way about a father not letting his son get lowballed on his dollar amount from a billionaire. No way I'm about to do that either. And we knew he was held back by Luka's production. I was saying that last year, and people was like, man, you crazy. Luka this, Luka that. Luka is a very talented player, like a lot of players in the league. This isn't just picking on Luka, but sometimes these guys' stats are inflated. And it's inflated, and I ain't even blaming them. It's the style of play. The best player, no matter what position he play, is forced to be a point guard to handle the ball. Luka's a wing. He's never been a point guard. You got to have leadership qualities. It's not just about getting assists. It's about controlling the tempo of the game. Jalen Brunson's a point guard. You know what I'm saying? He controls the tempo of the game, and that's why they had Jimmy Butler on to start the game. They sending 4 people at him every time he get in the paint with the Heat, because he can be such a difference maker as the lead guard. And we see why they got so far last year. It had just as much to do with Brunson as it did Luka. So a lot of times players are ready for a bigger role, man. It's just not what they asked to do for a specific team. It's not that players has gotten this much better. It's not like Jalen Brunson. I mean, I'm sure he's improved. You improve every year, but it's not like this drastic thing. He was ready to do what he was doing in the playoffs versus Donovan for a whole season last year. Maybe he wasn't ready for that his first year, but by his second, third year, he was ready for that. Don't forget, a lot of people feel like Dennis Smith Jr. left Dallas because of Luka, but it was Jalen Brunson that made Dennis Smith Jr. expendable, and people forget that. So I say that to say, Jalen Brunson has taken on the Garden. He got paid and still underpaid. At that, honestly, this guy should be making, like, you look at what Donovan Mitchell makes and what he makes, and he's having more of an impact, on his team. Like, Donovan, as good as he is, he takes away some of what Garland used to do and has halted Mobley's development somewhat even though Mobley has to get stronger, it seems like his offensive game stays stagnated with his limited touches this year and what his role. See, people don't understand, man, roles, what a team asks for you and everything, all that affects your trajectory of your NBA career. I just say, I say all that to say Jason Kidd looked out for JB, and this Knicks series is going to be great. I just want to share that with y'all, but shoot, I want to know what you guys think about this in the comments. Y'all think Mark Cuban going to be salty about this, or is this just something Jason Kidd had to get out there and let him know, like, look, I ain't got no problem with JB going to get his bread in the Mecca. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.